Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Hey you, welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
I'm wife.
And together we're reading the Bible.
Starting with Genesis and eventually ending with Revelations, we're working through every book and offering our atheist 2 cents.
Or shekels.
Yeah, those. We're asking questions and pointing out all the nonsense.
We aren't academics or scholars.
Nope. In fact, when it comes to religion, we really don't know anything at all.
What we've learned so far is that God's a dick.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? If you're interested in how we reached this startling conclusion, maybe start from episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in anywhere. It's all good.
Yep.
Hey wife, did you know that Anchor is sponsoring our show?
Really? Don't we use Anchor to distribute our podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts?
Yeah, and we are on just about every other platform available as well, thanks to them.
Why do we use Anchor as our podcasting service?
Well, they make editing and distributing our show a breeze.
What if one of our listeners wants to start their own podcast?
Then they should head over to anchor.fm or download the app to get started.
Awesome! You guys should go do that right now! Hey, husband.
Hey wife.
Guess what today is?
Today's
Tuesday.
Yeah, that.
Q&A. Tuesday.
Yeah.
Q&A.
It's easy to lose track sometimes.
But that's what we're doing, though, is Tuesday Q&A.
Okay.
So when I said, do you know what today is? It's actually Monday, but it's
right.
coming out
It's
on...
almost Tuesday.
Yeah, that's true, because guess what?
We're doing it late again.
We waited till midnight the night before.
Yeah.
Yay!
Good times.
So do you know what we're Qing and Aing?
I really don't.
I know, because I didn't tell you.
Right, and I've done zero prep for today.
Well, luckily, I looked up some stuff.
You know what my prep was?
What?
Hey, wife.
Yeah?
Do some prep.
Yeah.
That was my prep.
And I did, by golly.
Good job.
So, we are doing a Q&A for Numbers chapters 16 and 17.
Okay.
And I looked up that dude Korah. Do you remember what he did?
Yeah, Korah was trying to lead a rebellion against Moses and stuff.
And how did that go?
I recall it didn't go so well.
Correct.
like actually really, really bad.
Very bad.
Yeah.
It was all bad.
It was really, really bad.
So, yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay, but one more thing.
Oh,
real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just have to say, because I'm in charge of social media, right?
Yeah, you are, definitely. I'm not.
And so I had a Facebook account when we first started.
I remember that day.
You know, with social or Sacrilegious Discourse.
Yeah, I remember those times.
And so I set up a Facebook page for Sacrilegious Discourse.
As one does.
And then I did make you an admin, but you don't do social media for the podcast. Anything, really. Yeah. But okay. So... But I'm now locked out, apparently permanently. I've sent them my ID. I've sent them everything. I don't know what to do. Like, if anybody has any advice on getting into a damn Facebook page without I have a 2-factor authentication set up apparently, and I can't 2-factor because there's no authenticator to authenticate with, and the ID sending into them thing didn't work, and I'm like, what the hell do you do?
Right.
And now I can't really manage our Facebook page other than wife tells me occasionally, hey, somebody sent us a message, and I'm like, oh,
that's
I'm
good
glad
of them.
Somebody can see this.
I'm glad that you on a lark made me an admin, because I think that was probably not like a plan so much as I should probably do that.
Right. Yeah. No, it was a good thing I did, because otherwise we would have no access to our Facebook account.
Which is stupid.
It really is.
You know what?
What?
I hate Facebook.
I really do, too.
They are such fuckers.
But we love our fans that are on there.
Yeah, no. So like, me hating Facebook, the app, and the guy who runs it and owns it.
Yeah,
and
totally separate.
The way that it is done and the things that they allow versus what they disallow. For example, may I tell my personal little spiel before we take a break?
Sure.
I was talking to a friend of mine from high school that I haven't seen in 35 years. And he posted something about how gentlemen always switch places with their significant other to make sure that they are not on the traffic side of the street if they're walking down the sidewalk together.
Sure.
And I was like, okay. But what I had posted was something along the lines of, right, but if you grab me by my shoulders and steer me, I'll punch you in the wiener.
Right.
And apparently
you shouldn't promote violence.
Yeah, that was equivalent to starting an insurrection and spreading false COVID information that kills thousands of people.
Only that's still out there on Facebook.
Right. All of that is still there, but boy, I got a warning, and when I argued it, now apparently I'm in Facebook jail and cannot post things on my Facebook account.
So,
and what's really funny is the person to whom I said it was not offended.
Right.
Because
it was a joke.
It is known that if I say, I am going to punch you in the wiener.
That's funny.
That is funny. Yeah. That is not a threat.
Generally speaking, yeah.
Now, what's really funny is, hadn't seen the guy in 35 years, but it was maybe a month or two after this exchange that he ended up a couple hours away from us. And so we got together and had beers for the first time in 35 years.
Yep.
And laughed over this.
Yep.
And somehow Facebook cannot get its shit together and be mad at the correct people. So I might be a little miffed on my own account, much less the fact that we can't get into our fucking sacrilegious discourse account.
Yeah. So basically, fuck Facebook.
Fuck Facebook right up the wazoo.
Yeah. All right. Now let's go talk about Quora.
Yeah, let's talk about Quora.
All right. Hey, wife.
Yes, husband.
Did you know that we are now on Patreon?
Yes, because you told me, but also, no, tell me more.
So we're on Patreon now.
Are we?
We are. And our supporters can go there and support us, and we have multiple levels all the way up to You Killed God.
That sounds really drastic and escalated quickly-ish.
Well, no, there's multiple levels before there. So it escalates on a sliding scale of, cheap to not cheap. Oh. But, we can definitely use any amount. So, any support is always appreciated.
So what exactly is Patreon?
It's a place where you can show your support for our podcast. And
just our podcast?
Any podcast or any performer. But, we're the ones that, you're listening to right now. So maybe you should, support us. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. But we love you anyway.
So all you got to do is go to Patreon, look up Sacrilegious Discourse. It's actually patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse is our actual main page there. So head on over and send us some love.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about Quora.
Okay.
And, his fun little insurrection, speaking of.
You call that fun, huh?
Well, yeah. First of all, do you know who Quora was?
No.
So, okay. Do you remember when Moses' brother and sister, Aaron and Miriam, were like, my dude, you're making all these decisions and you need to, let the rest of us be in on it.
And then she got leprosy and stuff.
Yeah. And so that happened, right? Yeah. Well, Korah was their cousin. And he also felt similarly, only, he got killed by the earth opening up and swallowing his ass.
How nice of his cousin.
Right?
Moses.
Right. Now, what's really funny is he is mentioned more in books that were left out of what we know as the Bible.
Gotcha.
And he was also mentioned in a lot of parts of the Quran. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
it's an important character, just not so much in the Bible.
Other than as a don't argue with Moses. Right. The end.
Got it.
So he is quoted in one of the not include the Bible's
not
stories.
Not included in the Bible? Yeah.
Yeah. As saying, it is not from God that you have received these commandments. You have invented them yourself.
Oh, damn.
Right? I thought that was like...
Wow.
Fucking kill, yeah?
So, there's text out there from ancient times...
that basically...
that Moses was inventing all this crap.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, this is not to paint Korah in a beautiful light.
Sure.
He was one of the 2 richest men in the world. So rich that the keys... to all of his lock boxes, just the keys alone would have taken 300 mules to carry all of the various keys.
Good Lord.
Yeah. He was fucking rich.
Wow.
Okay. And he was also...
they killed Jeff Bezos of the time.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He was considered a wise man, chief of his family, carried the Ark of the Covenant on his shoulders. So, I mean,
sure,
he was rich and important. And, there's all of these factors that go into, I don't know, did he know what the fuck he was talking about? Or was he just an arrogant guy that wanted some of the power for himself? Or maybe a bit of both. I'm thinking bit of both.
Right.
But okay, sorry, I lost my train of thought here. So, arrogant. Let me go back. Okay, so he became arrogant due to his pride and ignorance is what he's known for in all of these various books. And he gave the credit of his wealth to his knowledge instead of to God. And
got it. So he was wrapped up in them. He was a narcissist.
He was a little bit proud of himself.
Got it.
But also he was like, I remember. Okay, so it was all this family infighting stuff because basically, I told you that he was Moses, Aaron, and Miriam's cousin, right?
Right.
So these guys all came from the same family,
sure.
right? So Moses and Aaron got the kingdom and the church, basically.
Okay.
And then, so the other cousins should have been princelings or whatever.
Right.
But the title of prince or whatever of all of them went instead to the youngest son's family instead. And so he's left ass out, basically.
Right.
He was one of the cousins that got looked over.
Got it.
And he's but my dad was one of the big brothers too.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah. WTF? Why
did I get left out?
Yeah, and I'm thinking it was probably because he was, too smart. And
sure.
They were he's not going to play ball. Let's,
right.
Yeah. And there was this story I think it's in the Quran, not the Bible.
Okay.
Of Korah. So like I said, he's around, okay?
Yeah.
Where he tells this parable that is supposed to represent how he feels about all of these laws that were supposedly from God, where there's a widow, right? And her husband died and she's raising 2 or 3 kids on her own or whatever. And so every time she, sows the land, she has to give so much to Moses or Aaron or whoever, right?
Yeah.
And basically leaves her with nothing. And then, even when she finally, for everything she plants, she has to give the majority of it to them, and there's not enough left for her and her kids. And then, for everything that she, then plants more and they take more, kind of the the more money you make, the more taxes you pay,
Sure.
kind of thing,
Yeah.
which should sound fair in paper.
Unless you're taking everything that
yeah,
they're making.
yeah. If your percent keeps being like 90% regardless, you're going to be poor,
Right.
So she could never get ahead. So basically, so she was like, fuck all that, and sold the land for a couple of sheep or whatever. But then they were like, right, but we get one of those. So then she's left with like the one sheep. And so then she like cooks it up and they're like, right, but we get all the choice pieces.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And so like his whole thing was, you're going to nickel and dime this bitch.
Right.
And she's left with nothing. And she's like, fine, then I'm going to.
So we're kind of right with all this stuff that they're doing. Like they're really.
It's all for them.
People.
It's for them.
Got it.
Not for the glory of God.
Got it. I mean, at least that part is ringing true.
Yes.
Based on what
and
he's saying.
Korah was calling them out. And that's why they were like, you got to go.
Right.
So I don't know if the earth really opened up, but I do know that they found a way to get rid of him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And just make sure I didn't miss anything else. Yeah, in the people's uprisings against God, the consequences do not lie outside the human realm. So remember, like, every time they argued with God, he was like, a little flick here and a little flick there, like, here's some leprosy for you or whatever.
Sure.
So, like, if you go up against God, then you do get smacked down, but not that hard, supposedly. But if you go against God's reps, you dead. Hardcore, magical dead.
Got it.
So that's another thing that is supposed to go against what we just said, that's supposed to go towards the religious aspect of it, which is, don't go against God's reps, because you will get the magical smackdown. God can take care of himself.
Right.
So he doesn't feel the need to smite the thousands that he still ends up smiting half the time.
Right, I was going to say, but he still does.
But he still does, right.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to take from this story that...
You're supposed to forget the other shit.
Yeah. Just in this particular case, it's like, but remember, God isn't that mean to...
He's just watching his people back. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder, I got a quick question. I wonder how many Christians out there actually know that many of these things that they read about in their Bible overlap in the Quran.
I didn't know, so why would somebody who actually gives a shit know? You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know, so I'm looking into it, right? I'm interested in learning more. People who already think they know everything that there is to know about God or whatever, why would they feel the need to look? They think they already know.
No, I would bet I would bet that of people that are in church, that's a small group of people that know that. And because if you know that, you're already questioning things that maybe you probably shouldn't question, right?
And that's one of the things I found most interesting, is that I learned more about this character from not the Bible. Right. And to know that, oh gosh, he's out there and it's not just the Quran. He's in a lot of Jewish texts. He's in all kinds of other places elsewise. He's actually like a big character.
Gotcha.
In history.
Well, and I get the impression that if we really want to know where all this stuff came from, there's a lot of reading that needs to be done. Mm-hmm. Like there's a lot. Not like the Bible barely touches the surface. And the funny thing is that most people that are in church barely touch the surface of the Bible.
Right. Much less the surface, much less go further into religion as a whole.
Right. Like if you actually care about God, wouldn't you think you'd want to know everything? Like
I would.
If you're dedicating your life to him and giving it all to God or whatever the fuck you do.
But you know what they call that though? They call it faith. If you have faith, you don't need to learn all this other stuff.
So faith, is that equivalent to stupidity?
No, ignorance.
Ignorance. Okay. Faith equals ignorance. Got it.
Right. Because you just don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
One more thing that I found really interesting is that when Korah was buried and burned alive.
Wait. Oh.
Like, the earth swallowed him up, right?
Because there was the fire that was burning the... Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So he was both burned and buried alive. Okay. He did not get to ascend to heaven. So he was not only excluded and punished in the desert, like he was man-punished, he was excluded from heaven altogether.
Okay. I would kind of assume that because he dared. God, I guess. So.
Right. Exactly.
Whatever. He went against God's bros.
Yeah. So, him and the several thousand who thought that death of his was like, wait, hold on, what?
Several thousand. It was 15,000.
That's what I'm saying. Several thousand.
Like, that was insane.
That was really ugly.
Like, can you... I just... Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that was...
This whole uprising was like, and then that happened. Anyway, the end. Next chapter.
I saw somewhere, like, there's somebody keeps count of how many people God kills versus how many people Satan kill in the Bible. Oh. And it's like 10 versus like millions.
I bet.
You know, like, I mean, and I'm like we're reading through the Old Testament. I'm like, yep, that tracks.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I found it so interesting that like all of these people were... This was a war. This was a huge fight. But the Bible treats it like, and then that happens anyways. Yeah. You know, like these people, 15,000 fucking people, right? That's huge.
Yeah.
That's a huge amount of
3
people.
of our towns.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot of dead people.
It's not just a lot of dead people. It's a lot of people before they were dead that were like crying out, hey, Moses, I don't think you guys are doing this right.
Right.
And they just killed them all.
But the proof is in the fact that 15,000 of them died, apparently.
Right.
Like, that's the proof.
Yeah.
The proof is, look how many people I killed that were fighting me. And they're dead now, so believe me, I'm God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
You couldn't come up with any other way to prove it? No other way. Like, just killing people is the only way you have to prove you're God.
Because, I mean, there's a lot of magic tricks that you could do in front of me that would make me be like, maybe magic is real.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, come down in some ethereal form and, you know.
Right?
I don't know. Rattle some windows while you're, like, looking at me. Or you're showing me your ass. I don't care. Right? Either way. But, like, you know, that would... I'd be like, whoa.
David Copperfield made the entire Statue of Liberty disappear, supposedly.
Right.
Like, that makes me think, okay, magic might be real. I don't fucking know. I don't believe in magic, but, like, okay, I'm willing to entertain the notion. Let's see more. What you got?
Sure. Well, I mean, you can't talk to the people, but because, you know, it might kill them or something. I don't really know.
Right.
But whatever. Like, draw something in the sand.
Do something.
Them, you know, like listen to fucking Moses or you die.
Right, like, do some magic before you just instantly jump to, not too much trouble to prove myself. I'm just going to kill you.
Yeah, you just have to take this dude's word who's taking all your shit.
Yeah.
And if you don't, I'll kill you.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Good luck with that.
So not cool.
It's really not.
So, I don't know.
I don't trust people that take my shit.
Yeah.
Like, do you trust the IRS? I mean, we don't like the IRS.
No, you know why I don't like the IRS? Is not necessarily, like, I'm not anti-taxes. Here we go on a public rant. Not public, politics.
Right.
Okay, I don't mind paying taxes. Like, I actually don't mind paying fees and dues for the awesome club that I'm in. You know, like, you pay in and you get the t-shirt and all the cool stuff like good roads and schools and shit.
Right.
Right? Like, taxes are good, okay? I don't even mind paying lots of taxes if that means I get lots of, you know, cool t-shirts out of the club deal, right?
Sure.
Like, that's awesome. Okay? What I mind is that, and then I have to tell them if their math is right, and they don't know what the math is. I'm like, you do though.
Right, yeah.
But you do though.
It's an unwieldy system that
is on purpose.
Bent to help the rich.
Well, obviously.
So, like, that's why we don't like it. That's why we don't trust it.
Considering the fact that right now, we pay for anything except war. Because we always have money for war, but nothing else. Well, the suggestion was, I don't know, what if we, like, tax the rich and close the loopholes? And everybody was like, but dear God, what
if I'm obscenely rich someday?
I might be able to buy a yacht tomorrow, and now you've robbed me of that opportunity. My dude, you were never going to buy a fucking yacht.
Right.
Okay? You were never going to buy a yacht. And the very fact that you think you could is stupid.
Right.
It's stupid. Moreover, why the fuck do you want a yacht? But that's a different talk.
We are going off on a rant here.
We really are, and I apologize. Anyways, whether Korah was a cool dude or not, I do think that he was cool for going up against Moses and for saying what he said.
Just for the record,
the end.
You're killing me with the anyways because it's anyway.
I know, but I live in Ohio and you made me, so the end.
Okay. Bye, guys. So that ends this week's Q&A.
If you have questions, answers, or comments, please email them to us by next Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern, to be included in next Tuesday's Q&A episode.
Awesome. See ya.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.